Dan Sissick here, and it is Saturday, August 15th, and I'm taking time out now from the day I've been having to get some work done for my business, doing my blog post and getting that done and everything out of the way. So today's going to comprise part of what that day was about. First of all, I got up this morning. I got on my weekly Saturday morning mastermind with morning mastery Mind Collective or something to that effect. It's a Google Plus Hangout, um, and I wasn't able to join it for a couple weeks because of some things going on in dog sitting and just schedule changes and stuff like that. But the last 2 weeks I've been able to get on it, and it was very good, and I've loved every moment, and it helps kind of set my day and the tone for the day. So after I did that, I ate some breakfast, and then I headed down to um, a local park that has some tennis courts there, and I know the courts, and they have a backboard where I like to go and just kind of hit the ball against the wall. I love tennis. I played tennis in junior high and high school um, for 6 years. I lettered twice. I was on the varsity team all 4 years in high school, ninth grade on up. So um, yeah, I was already one of the few people that was on a varsity sport my freshman year, so that was cool. Kind of, not many people do that, so that kind of made me stand out in that sense. But not to go and brag about that. That's just part of my past, my life, some things I've accomplished. But in that, over the years, I've never competed competitively on a pro level or anything like that. It would have been nice if I would, pursued and did that and moved into that realm, but who knows? That was not in my cards, and not the decisions I made, the choices I made. But getting into today, what I do with tennis is that I know in tennis that when I get on a tennis court, I'm tennis. I'm there. I'm focused. I'm there to work on my swing, work on my backhand, work on my serve, hit some balls. Get back. Partly to help maybe work towards getting back in shape again. Being almost 52. And yes, people say, "Oh yeah, you look good for your age," but yet there are days where I don't feel good for my age. So, and that, the positive aspects of doing that, getting out, move around, get some energy, get my blood pumping, things like that. Plus, it got my endorphins going, and it's like, and in that, but getting back to that, that clarity and that mindset of, focusing. And when I'm doing that, I usually know, where I'm going to hit the ball the next time, where I'm going to place it, where I'm going to do it. Not every time does it go exactly that way, but that's what, in tennis, that's what we're trained and taught to do. We go out, we get a coach, we learn the basics, we practice, we put into practice what we learned on the court when we're in the middle of a match. So same thing with business. So I was trying to kind of reconnect myself with some of the steps and things I'm doing in my business to get me to my next level that I want to get to. And so I started going back to basics. As I'm taught, go back to the basics, go back to the things that I know and do and got me to where I'm at. So and for me, sometimes just sitting there trying to visualize and get to, seeing what it doesn't work. But when I'm out on the court, or somehow, like today, I was able to kind of bring both aspects together because in tennis, I have to know my game plan. I have to know where I'm going. I have to know what's going to do. And I have to be able to anticipate what my opponent's going to do. So partly in business, you have to be able to do that. You have to be able to look at what you're doing, put it into perspective, put your game plan in play, and then respond to how people respond to you. So that means if you're putting out Facebook posts or doing Facebook ads, or if you're doing Twitter and Twitter stuff, or Instagram, LinkedIn, however the platform, because as you know, I did a blog a few days ago about are you speaking correctly on the platforms you use, and that goes hand in hand. Well, in that, um, so getting into today with hitting the tennis balls, I decided to try and go back to visualizing just hitting the ball 10 times above the line that they have drawn on that backboard where I could hit. And for the first little while, it was hard because of the fact that I haven't hit the tennis ball in a while. I'm kind of little, but as I got in more, and I'll admit, I was getting a little frustrated because it's like I know what I'm doing, I know how this goes, I know how to, to play, I know how to hit, but I wasn't quite there. So I had to stop a moment, really focus, let go of um, I finally let go of, okay, if the ball bounces a couple times on the ground, that's fine. Focus on hitting it to where I want it to hit. And I let go of the fact that, okay, I'm out here, I'm tired, I'm hot, I haven't done this in a while. This is a little harder than I envisioned in my head, because going back to saying, I know what I'm doing, I know how, I know this, it's instinctive to me. But I let go of that, and I just said, it's easy. Remember, it's easy because you do one, then you do the next one, and each one, each swing is easy. And the next thing I knew, I made the 10. So in that, that's going back to the basics, and that's going back to what I want to do with my business. I want to go back to the basics and remember of the why, and connecting that why into what I'm doing. And that's what I did a little bit out there. I started, as I was hitting the ball, as I was thinking, I was focusing on the hitting, but at the same point, I was thinking, okay, what am I not doing in my business that I need to be going back and focusing and going to the basics on? And I realized that, first, making sure my why is connecting with it, and that it's big enough for me and important enough for me to be doing what I'm doing, which it is. It's very important. And in fact, it really got to me. It got started to get really emotional, and here I am. I'm on the court. I'm hitting. I'm all serious. But as I let go and just let myself, because on the court, that's where I kind of let go and let my mind open to things, kind of like I do with music, but it's in a different switch. Music, I just kind of let go and just let myself loose and let things out and get things out of me. Whereas in tennis, I tend to pull it in and drag it in and focus in on what I want to do. Hence, what this blog post is about. So after I hit the 10, and then I saw a gentleman ended up coming out there, and we hit the ball for a little while. And it was nice to hit the ball against somebody to get that, you know, bounce back, that hitting back, that response back, to remind me that that's the same thing I'm looking for out there. But I also have to put into play the things that I can use to analyze those bounce backs to me from what I put out, so I know how to better tune it, how to better tweak it, how to make it more appropriate for what I'm doing as I return it back out to people, so that they resonate and get to know, like, and trust me. So with that, just just kind of more of a very basic, hopefully something that you can get out of this and understand the analogies I'm using, because I want to move this into some trainings that I want to do, um, along these lines, for some things that are coming in my head now that I have my whiteboard. So with that, as always, make it a simply simple day. I'm here to help families prosper in living. And with that, I'll talk to you later. As always, my links are below. If you want to learn more about what I'm doing, if you want to see how you can have a life of you chasing after your dreams and going after your dreams, and putting the time and energy and effort into it, by doing what I'm doing, which I love doing, definitely learn more about what I'm doing. Click the links below, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.